සියලුම දෙනාට ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා සුබම සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ආයිබෝවන්. සූදානම් වෙනවා තවත් අපූර්ව සෙග්මන්ට් එකක් ආරම්භ කරන්න. good volunteer segment එකක යෝගා මම ඔබ දන්නවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කවුරු හරි අපිව හම්බ වෙන්න අපිව බලන්න foundation of goodness එකත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා ඉන්න කවුරු හරි තමයි good volunteer segment එක හරහා අපි අරගෙන ඉන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් මෙතුමිය නම් මේ පළවෙනි පාර නෙමෙයි සම්බන්ධ වෙන වතා කිහිපයක්ම අපිත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා. අපේ goodness ambassador විදියටත් මෙතුමිය හඳුන්වා දෙන්නට පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම ගොඩක් foundation of goodness එකත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා වැඩ කරනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම අද උදේ ඉඳගෙනත් women's empowerment සහ ගොඩක් අංශත් එක්ක කතා බහ කරා. ඉතින් මෙතුමියත් සමග ඇවිත් ඉන්නවා. කොච්චර දවසේ කාර්යබහුල වුණත් මේ සෙග්මන්ට් එක වෙනුවෙන් වෙලාව වෙන් කරගන්න අපේ පදනමේ ගුණජයසතුරු පදනමේ කරු නිර්මාතෘතුමා සභාපතිතුමා කුශීල් ගුණසේකර මහත්මයා කොහොම හරි එන විසිටත් අරගෙන මේ පැත්තට එනවා කතාවක් කරලා ඒ කතාව මතක හිටින විදියට අනාගතයට ඉතුරු කරලා යන්න. ඉතින් ආයිබෝවන් සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් කියලා ඔබතුමාන්ව ගෞරවයෙන් මැදිරියට පිළිගන්නවා.
Setteva, Ashirvadeva. Nice to be here again after some time, especially the traditional Sinhala Tamil New Year. And we are back again at work. It was a long vacation, but nevertheless a good one to relax, refresh, rejuvenate and come back after all those, hard days of work. So good to be back here. Thank you very much, Vishmi, and many blessings to you for all that you do.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි ඔබතුමන්ට අපි ආශිර්වාද එක්කාසු කරනවා. ඒ වගේම අපේ අමුත්තිය නෙමෙයි අපේම පවුල කෙනෙක් ආයිබෝවන්.
I'm so happy to be back on the show. Thank you.
Yeah. And we have today Sadee Greenwood, and she's an amazing lady. No need to introduce. She's been on our show many times, especially the good news segment, and we are really very privileged and fortunate to have you back again with us. I know you come back every 3 months or so at least, 3-4 times a year. We are really blessed to have you back again, Sadee. And this time I think I know you come to volunteer, but this time we've had, identified, some of you as, goodness brand ambassadors. So it's lovely to have you on board as a goodness ambassador. You do a lot of good things. There are no conditions, we have imposed on a goodness ambassador. It's being good and doing good is what matters the most. So we are again very, very pleased to have you with us for a day. And what I like about your style of operation is that before you came, you had structured, areas that you're going to focus into 4. And that way it becomes so much easier and more results oriented, plus very focused on the areas and the topics that you want to pursue and help us with. And one of those was women's empowerment. Second, environmental protection and areas of concern. Third, I think, is a book drive for our libraries. And then the fourth one is a very interesting concept where you want to document the success stories that you have actually thought of. So, all those areas are really value addition. So it's more than being a goodness ambassador that you've thought about these areas. Especially, as I always say, we don't ask you, but you come up with all these, proactively. So it's amazing what you've done. So, when you come like this, actually you're the first ever goodness ambassador to, come on air for good news stories and the good news radio. So, we would obviously want to hear from you. How have you been? What have you been doing? And I know you're back here for good in Sri Lanka. And I also learned that, you're polishing up your Sinhalese, which is great. So, and then to come and help the Foundation of Goodness is also absolutely praiseworthy. And someone of your stature and at your young age, to come and help is really, heartwarming. And, sometimes, most miracles are, you're polishing up your Sinhalese, which is great. So, and then to come and help the Foundation of Goodness is also absolutely praiseworthy. And someone of your stature and at your young age, to come and help is really, heartwarming. And, sometimes, most miracles are, those who have very kind, good hearts, So I know for sure you have that. And, the beauty of life, as I always say, helping others, so, and, we're very pleased to have you again here. And, the fact that you have actually, undertaken the oath or the commitment to become a goodness ambassador is very fruitful and productive to us. Very meaningful. At your age, you can inspire many youth, motivate them. And behind you is also another up-and-coming young girl of 13 years, I think. She's her name is Jumana as well. So she was also waiting to talk to you, and I'm sure she'll have a question or two to ask. And she also sings. And now that I know you also can sing, and basically you're trying to compose some songs, and it's good for you to look at this future talent, and skill set that she has. So over to you, Sadee, and let us know how you've been, and what joy you derive out of helping others, and the fact that you come to the Foundation of Goodness so often. We are extremely grateful.
So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for having me back on the show again. It feels like my second home, coming back here and seeing so many familiar faces. And I remember when I walked through the doors, everyone said, Sadee, hey! They gave me like a hug as if, I hadn't even left. So it feels like my second family here, really. But it's been amazing. I actually moved back to Sri Lanka in January, and like Kushal said, I'm trying to do more work here in charity and everything. And it's been honestly such a blessing in my life to be able to connect with so many like-minded people that share very similar values to me and share very, very similar morals as well, which is why coming back to Foundation of Goodness, it's been amazing. And I can't wait to see the very exciting upcoming projects we've been discussing. So I won't spoil anything, so I'll leave that up for the future. But you'll probably see a lot of the projects we're going to be working on in the coming months. And honestly, it's been amazing. Yeah.
Actually, what I like most is that you engaged with the 4 sector heads of the 4 areas of your interest to deliver. And after I left the room, I know you had a very productive, a very interactive session, and they all engaged with you. Some had, PowerPoint presentations as well, I'm sure. So that's the kind of empowerment that I'm, looking forward to, experiencing and enjoying, because you have empowered them to take that go that extra mile. And the fact that, you are bringing them value addition as well helps them to grow and flourish. So thanks for doing that, and really helpful.
Thank you once again. And yeah, I agree. As soon as you left the room, it was like women's empowerment, because we were all women were sitting around the table, and we were just kind of bouncing ideas off each other, and then we were trying to identify how different ideas can come together, and we learned so much, how to do things efficiently, how can we make it more efficient for Foundation of Goodness as well, which was amazing. Like you said, it was women's empowerment.
Yeah,
definitely, it was great.
Yes, now also you wear another hat as a goodness ambassador. We thought of at least about 25 around the world to identify who can continue to promote, network, create the awareness of doing good and being good, and Foundation of Goodness activities that we undertake to create that kind of platform to do more good for others is something that we're looking from all the brand ambassadors or goodness ambassadors of the Foundation of Goodness. So I know that your programs are certainly adding value, and normally to suit our own philosophy is what we created or curated as Goodness Ambassadors, and I think by you accepting this role to become a Goodness Ambassador means that you will also go out and promote in doing more good. For example, you said to me about the success stories that you want to document them, take TikTok videos, 30 seconds or 1 minute, to convey how powerful, those stories are, given the opportunity, the facilities and the exposure, training. So, I'm very pleased that, when you come here, I think a lot of them are excited. I saw you coming through the art class, and those are all, kiddies of about probably 6 to about 12, and they were greeting you more than even me, and I was so happy to see that they're full of smiles, bubbling. Maybe your presence, the aura itself, created them to reach out to you the way they did, and they're looking for, mentorship, let's say, or direction or guidance. So as a Goodness Ambassador, I'm sure, it's about promoting values as well, ethical standards, and doing the best, things, undertaken differently to deliver, are those that, embody your style, and I'm sure you will continue to, upscale these areas. So thanks very much again. But I'm sure you want to add something on those areas, especially because this girl, Joanna, she is also staying here listening to you. Vishmi is trying her level best to get her to compare, because she speaks fluent English, and she's very good in singing as well, but she's obviously shy. I think you've got to talk to her and give her that confidence, to advance in going forward.
Yeah. And back to what you were saying, that's exactly what a Goodness Ambassador is to me. It's somebody that helps where they can and uplifts other people, which is what we're trying to do now over the course of the months. And so excited to be back here.
Yeah, I'm also, one thing is that I always mention this, saying that, it's easy to do something when you ask, but when one does something unasked, a good deed that is so superior is absolutely, admirable. And, I always look for people who take that path of proactive action, because, when you keep saying to do this, that or the other, that's something that any person can probably follow in that path. But when you do something, creatively, designing something, that you think and you can, and I think we need to, because there are lots of girls and boys in villages, whose creativity, whose problem solving capacity is great, and they're very resilient as well. So, people of your stature coming from Colombo, and with that exposure overseas as well, giving them this kind of background is of utmost importance. So thanks very much again for what you do. But timely, we have another lady who has just walked in, also a top volunteer who comes here every Saturday, volunteering and teaching English and everything that she does. We're very happy to have her on board. I'm sure she'll have a question or two for you from the standpoint of being a goodness brand ambassador. In other words, a goodness ambassador. So I thought you were not going to come. I know you were engaged a lot in teaching English and training, with another group that has come to, upskill the language. So, Sadee and I have been speaking about, her time here, her presence, then her role as a goodness ambassador. And Joanna is also waiting to ask a question. So, great to see you back here at Sashikala after the single Tamil New Year. I hope you will become newer. And I hope so too. Okay. So, is there anything that you have for Sadee?
So I'm not entirely sure what you spoke of before, but I saw that when you had uploaded that Sadee is going to be a goodness ambassador, I saw that on social media, and in fact I was very, very happy to see that, because I think it's very important to a foundation to pick the right kind of ambassador and not just anyone. So you have picked an ambassador who actually knows the foundation. Yes, walks the talk. And it's not just she just made face here. She's actually come a few times.
Under promise and over deliver.
Exactly. So there you go. So excellent choice, I must say, from the point of the foundation as well. And then Sadee, I would like to ask you, maybe you have discussed this before, what does it mean for you to... There's a difference between ambassador and goodness ambassador. Yeah. So what does it mean for you to be a goodness ambassador? And the reason I'm asking this is, I know you are the ambassador for certain other brands as well, right? Yeah. But I believe that this is different. And what does it mean for you to be a goodness ambassador, and how does it differ from being an ambassador?
I think the best way for me to answer that question is to describe how I felt when Kushal told me that he was interested in making me a goodness ambassador. And I just remember just feeling like, I just read that email, and then I just felt this immense feeling of like shock, but also just this immense feeling of just like gratefulness. Like it's something where, like you said, it's one thing to be an ambassador, but a goodness ambassador, it's like a judge of your character. Someone has seen your character, has seen who you are as a person, and has made up their mind about how they can incorporate you in their journey. And I think that for me was just a beautiful thing. And I am still really grateful for it as well. And I'm really excited to see how we can work in the next couple of months together as well. Yeah.
And also, being a goodness ambassador also means that you do things unconditionally, and with loving kindness, and, you're there to help at any given time when somebody is in need. So I think these qualities that embody a person of that kind of, reputation is good to have, because it doesn't matter whether it's at the Foundation of Goodness or elsewhere, you demonstrate good qualities. That is what matters the most. Because kindness is very infectious, right? And nothing multiplies so much as kindness too. So, and kindness never goes out of fashion. So I think that's probably the key. Wherever you are, Sashikla, like you, coming here and doing good work as a volunteer also makes you shine brightly and to illuminate the lives of others. So kindness definitely is something that is absolutely fashionable.
Yeah, I completely agree. And typically when you're an ambassador for a brand, you are sort of influencing customers to purchase that brand or experience that. And when you're an ambassador, a goodness ambassador, you're influencing people to contribute or follow the journey or embody the same values you have. So I think in that sense it's very different, because you're not influencing anyone with money per se, while that kind of influencing is also very important. But I think this is very different, and hence has a lot of importance.
I think it's also a ripple effect, because she's seen as a role model, and to youngsters, who are around here, and especially the girls, and they probably aspire to be like her. So when they watch every move of hers, whether it's while she's walking or doing something or engaging in something or another, they keep watching you. So they will try to, copy your style, or not the passion, but the style or the work. So it has a ripple effect, so I'm sure that will also stand in, good test, for others to follow as well. So, yeah.
So adding on to that, kindness is contagious. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And being a goodness ambassador, as I was telling Kushal earlier, it's uplifting others, to just be a better person and overall to help others around you. Yeah.
And the other thing is also I remember Sadee coming here with Asian International School, right? And I think you were probably at O levels, right? I think my sister was doing the geography class, Damayanti Fonseca, and she used to impose this, very strict condition on me that I'm only going to bring the AI as my class only when you're there, and you have to speak to the, kids who were coming, and Sadee was one of them. So Sadee has been here long before even she graduated, not only from school, but, she's seen the work that we have been doing. And, there may have been about 35, 40 who have come at the time, but Sadee obviously went one step beyond and, took to our, work, patterns and the kind of ethical and good work we do in terms of kindness and compassion. So she, obviously earned that badge of a goodness ambassador rightfully. So without further ado, I feel that Chumana, who is training to become like a compeer, she has some question, I know, in her mind. She's holding the mic. She wants to ask you some things, and she wants to be like you, I think.
Okay.
No, you have to speak loud now.
Yeah, I think so. So my first question is, this might as well sound awkward, but can you explain more about yourself? Because I'm curious to know more about you.
So no pressure. So basically, I've just moved back to Sri Lanka after studying in Japan for 4 years, and I always made a promise to myself that I would get my degree, but I would always come back home, no matter where I am in the world. I'll always come back home, and I kept that promise. I came back home here. And a little bit about myself is that I love animals. I come from a family of animal rescuers. We're big animal lovers. And also another thing is that I sing. And I think Kushil also mentioned that you sing as well.
That's true.
Recently I've been trying to composing my own songs and trying to get into producing my own songs as well. So that's quite interesting. So I can't wait to hear you sing, because everyone has been talking about you very highly. So I can't wait to hear you.
Yeah, so that's true, because I can also sing, and I also really interested in science and stuff. And my second question is, probably you might as well told it before, but what's your opinion about the Foundation of Goodness?
The Foundation of Goodness to me is like my second home, as I mentioned. It's a place where I feel like I'm at peace. I feel like I'm with my second family in a way. Because everyone here just has this energy that radiates off them, and it's something I can't describe. Like, everyone has... It's like when you meet your tribe. They always say your vibe attracts your tribe. That's always a famous saying. And I always feel that is true in terms of Foundation of Goodness. It's like all of us are like a community, and we just spend most of the time uplifting everyone around us so that we can see them also do good and do better. And as Kushil said, it's a wonderful thing, because you leave here and then you kind of influence other people to spread that kindness, and like Kushil said, kindness is like a ripple effect. It's contagious. So that's what I feel about Foundation of Goodness.
And also the interesting thing is, like, you spoke about studying in Japan.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's one country I really admire, because for the way in which they demonstrate, not only goodness, but manners, the respect, the dignity, and the etiquette, is absolutely marvelous, so that's why you'll not believe we teach Japanese here at the Foundation of Goodness, and there is a huge following for that. And when they learn that language, Sadee, they also become, culturally very, kind of morally, following a track that is set with that language. and their manners are hard to beat. And I love that kind of discipline they bring to the table. And really, really great to see that kind of aspect. And, and I think we're talking about kindness also, but goodness is the one investment that never fails. Yeah. So, doing good is like, opening a bank account and it goes into credit. And when that gets topped up, you experience the kind of bliss hard to kind of explain.
Yeah.
So, Joanna, I think, do you have another question, or you like to sing a song so that Sadee can also hear you, So, what will you do? I think you can sing a song, right? And an English song that you know. But you have to now sing a bit loud so that everybody can hear you.
Okay. Can we become we, no longer known as just you and me, two separate lives now in unity, stuck here together, but will this always be just an arrangement? Can we become more than half of a union we're chosen for, where I am your best half and I am yours, stuck here forever, but will this always be just an arrangement? It's a step of faith we have to take sometimes, but if we are one happens to you and I, will this always be just an arrangement? We'll find out in time if we don't break it. Can we become we, no longer known as just you and me, two separate lives now in unity, stuck here together, but will this always be just an arrangement? Can we become more than half of a union we're chosen for, where I am your best half and I am yours, your hand in mine, and I can never choose to love another. Maybe one day I can learn to love you too. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, my goodness. Yeah, Sri Lankan rural areas have got good talent. Yeah, they can do. So I think it's amazing. I'm not a singer, so I like to ask Sadee for her comments on Jumana's first appearance.
She has a voice of an angel. That's what I felt when I heard her sing. Like she has this beautiful, I don't know what it is. It's just like the voice of an angel. It sounds so like soft and gentle. It sounds amazing. And you're definitely on the right path. So keep honing that skill. Yeah.
And she might be able to do a song for goodness.
Yeah.
One day. Yeah. She can probably compose together with Sadee.
Yeah, like a goodness anthem.
Like an anthem. Yeah. We have a Sinhala version of an anthem for the Foundation of Goodness. So maybe you can do the English version. Yeah.
So you heard it here first. New record is going to be released.
Yeah, but so good. Yeah, really appreciate. Love your. Like she says, love your. I don't know, delivery or whatever. That's so beautiful and very gentle, right?
Thank you. I really appreciate that. But I wouldn't have got into this place if I didn't actually meet the Foundation of Goodness in the first place. And I really appreciate everyone who supported me here. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Very nice. So sweet. Yeah, I'm sure you will go a long way and continue to, be blessed abundantly and to flourish greatly. And I'm sure, keep up the good work. Don't be afraid. You are you. No one can, copy or let's say your passion cannot be copied. So you have your own unique style. Each one of us do. And then you can be the best version of yourself.
Very well done, Jumana, and thank you so much, Sadee, for visiting the Foundation of Goodness. Yet again, I saw that she was doing a workshop. She was here since morning, and that would have been a lot of value addition to the participants. So thank you, and excited to hear that you'll be working with the Foundation of Goodness in the future. Look forward to all the great work that you are hoping to do, collaborating with the Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and have a nice day to the lovely listeners.
And with that, everyone, we come to this to the end of this segment, which is the Good Volunteer segment. And that was a lovely discussion we had today. So thank you so much for listening in, and do stay tuned with the Good News Radio till 5 p.m. today.
Goodness Ambassador has gone into Goodness Radio now. Oh, yeah.
It's too many goodness words. I kind of got lost. So do stay tuned with us till 5 p.m. today. And you are the time right now is 3:26 p.m. on Saturday the 26th.